Hello YouTube, Siegfried Tulane here with another Diablo 3 video. First I want to apologize, I did not do an upload yesterday. You know, I work with a bunch of kids and yesterday I was just too exhausted. So I kind of just came home, hopped on with a friend and then crashed. Anyways, today I wanted to kind of do a follow-up with my video I made last time, which was up the new build for Monk. And what I want to do is kind of more of a how to get your Grift 70 easily completed so you can start getting those Primal Ancients. So this is more for people who might be new to the game or just, you know, you're not your top pro players, obviously. If you haven't cleared that Grift 90, stick around and watch this video. If you have, I mean, it's not really probably going to be that helpful to you as you already cleared it, but it will demonstrate how this build works a little better. So first let's go over this build. Now again, I use a different build, but there's a reason why. Let's go ahead and go over the cube first. So in the cube, I have the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac. That is to quickly reduce the cooldown of Serenity. It gets it down really quickly. There's a reason why for that. The Mantle of Channeling, which increases my damage by 25% and also reduces my damage by 25%. So it's not only a 25% damage increase, but also a 25% damage reduction whenever I'm using. Which one is it? What? It should be on here, but I don't see it anymore. Oh, Tempest Rush. Sorry, there it is. Tempest Rush. Well, while I'm using my Tempest Rush, I'm getting 25% increased damage, while also taking 25% less damage. So that's just an all-up increase and decrease. And then the Balance, which increases Tempest Rush by 600, and whenever I'm hitting 3 or fewer enemies, it always crits. What this means, in short, is that raid bosses, on the Grift bosses, I'm always getting crits. So that's my cube. Now if we look at my actual inventory, the two weapons I use is I'm using Vengeful Wind. This is for to increase the damage of Sweeping Wind, but also give me the 10 stacks. That 10 stacks of Sweeping Wind is more for speed. This class, I can't think of another class that will move faster than this monk. This monk is absolutely a beast when it comes to the speed mechanic, making it really great for your bounties as well. So this monk, again, great for bounties, but now as you're going to see, amazing for Grifts as well. The Wong Kim Lao, this is really important because it increases Tempest Rush. Sadly, this is a really crappy ancient, as I'm at the bare minimum of the damage it could be, and the dexterity is really bad, so hopefully I'll grab another one of these that is better. That is at least my hope. That's ancient, but we'll see. So don't be fooled by this ancient, because this ancient is really not that good. I finally got my ancient boots. So by the way, most of this ancient gear I got after clearing a Grift 92, so it's not really a necessity of it. But you need to have your boots. Again, you want as high as dexterity as well as the Tempest Rush damage. My pants. Belt, which was ancient from the beginning. Convention of Elements, which is ancient, but again, I don't think is it. See, like, I had to roll the critical hit damage, so it's not really that great. I can get a better one, hopefully with higher dex. The Royal Ring of Grandier, again, not really that amazing because I had to roll the slot on it. If it had the slot, it would have been great because I could roll max dex, but yeah, Shogunai. Our gloves, which have attack speed on them. A lot of attack speed, by the way, if you notice, there's a lot of attack speed. The shoulders. Now, these shoulders I use for a specific reason. Whenever you use Cyclone Strike, it reduces the damage you take by 49%. This is a max of 50, so sucks I'm missing that 1%, but this thing has max dex. It's pretty close to a Primal Ancient. I still gotta reroll that last stop regeneration one. And the biggest thing about this is whenever I use this, it activates Cyclone Strike. So this activates Cyclone Strike, which then activates this passive. So every time I use Tempest Rush, well, every time I hit with Tempest Rush, I automatically get my damage reduction. So it's kind of a cool little chain reaction there. Again, these are just parts of the collection, the set you need. Again, this is luckily a really well rolled one, 999 dex. Extremely happy with that. Now, most people are probably using the Flavor of Time. I personally use the Ancient Legendary Amulet. The reason being that this First of all, it has the Beacon of Yatar passive, which is pretty much a passive you'll always need. Second of all, it rolled with max critical hit chance and 8 points shy of max dexterity. This is practically a Primal Ancient piece right here. If I had that 8 more points of dexterity, it would be Primal Ancient. So, yeah, I'm going to use this over the other one. Caesar's Mementos is very important because what it does is not only does it have lightning damage on it, it has critical hit chance, and it has the 790% increased damage from Tempest Rush, can be max of 800, when your enemies are hit with, after your enemies are hit with a blind, freeze, or stun. Now this is really important, and because you're going to see why in a second, and they connect. Also, this comes with, lightning damage, which is really cool. So there's 25% lightning damage, 19, hopefully I get that to 20, 20, so in the end, like, that's so it could be 20, 20, 25, so that's 65. Is there any more lightning damage I got here? I think that's it. So pretty much just 65, okay? In the end, that's the cap. So I'm at 1 point short. Right now, I'm at 64. Okay, so the big part of this build. This right here activates Cyclone Strike. So let's take a look at the skills. If you take a look at the skills, we first have Tempest Rush with Electric Field. The reason we're using Electric is because of the one Kim Lao has that automatic electric percent up. So instead of getting 40% fire, you can get the 65% lightning. This also does have the max damage. If you look at the bars, that's a 500 flat in reduction of the cost. That just increases your movement speed. That's 90% when you stop channeling. However, you're never going to stop channeling, so you would never want Flurry. And Bluster is just enemies are knocked back and deal 40% reduced damage. Useful if you really need the damage mitigation, but I don't see it that useful. As this has 390, if you go that 500, that's only 110% versus the 135% that enemies will take lightning damage every second around you. So what this pretty much does is you have two different AoEs around you while you're running around. You have Sweeping Wind, which is going to be at 315% weapon damage, and then you have this extra 135% damage. So that's, 450% weapon damage. That is going to get buffed whenever you hit with Tempest Rush, multiplying that by 16,000. 16,000 or 15,000, sorry. 15,000. Okay. Next, we have Annihilation. This is for speed and DPS runs. If you want to run higher Grifts, you would want to switch for the mantra of Salvation and Agility for the block chance. For the dodge chance. Next we have Way of the Falling Star. This is for, again, movement speed if you want to go faster, but if you want to go for more of a defensive build, you take the 40% increased dodge for 4 seconds after dashing strike. Next one, again, Sweeping Wind. It doesn't really matter which one you take because we'll get all of the runes. So this one doesn't matter. Next, I take Serenity with Ascension. That extra second is really important when doing damage. Even though the cooldown doesn't start until it finishes, it's really important to have that extra second because that can allow you to kill a boss before you have to run out of pretty much the crab and then get back in there. Next, it's Cyclone Strike, Wall of Wind. Now, you're never going to manually use Cyclone Strike, but this is where it's really important. Because of the Kim Lao, or the Kim Lao, whatever. One Kim Lao, every time you use Tempest Rush, it's going to use Cyclone Strike. Because our Cyclone Strike is set up to use the cold, it's going to actually freeze all enemies for 1.5 seconds after being pulled in. This counts on on the Rift bosses too. So not only does it give you a little bit of mitigation, it also is going to proc your Caesar's Mementos, which is going to then increase the damage of Tempest Rush by 790%, 5 seconds. For 5 seconds every time, which pretty much it's going to upkeep because you're going to keep freezing them and getting that buff. So that's the point here, is to keep this allows us to get this, which freezes them and allows us to get this, as well as getting this damage reduction. So this is the ideal setup. This belt is kind of a lazy belt. You don't have to have it. You can use the Witching Hour, but I prefer to just be able to chill. That's just so much easier for me. Okay. Yeah, Like, like this could be on anything. Let's see, we're gonna put that there. Just because it'll look better. Okay. Again, Sweeping Wind gets all the runes, so it doesn't really matter. So that's the good news there. Okay, so here's how this works. As you'll see, while I'm moving, I have that really good speed. And now you can see there's a second lightning orb around me. So Sweeping Wind and this lightning orb are going to be doing damage the whole time, along with what I hit with my Tempest Rush. Now, if you don't have this, but you have the one Tim Lau, or you have the one Tim Lau, or Vengeful Wind cubed, which you should hopefully have one of those cubed, and you have the balance on hand, you can use that. It will be a lot rougher because you won't get either the speed or the damage, but it will work. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to demonstrate how this works, as well as how fast it takes, because this is going to be a really quick rip, as you'll see. So my current high of this is a 95. We're going to go and hit the 70. This is what is required to get your legendaries unlocked. So I'm just going to show how well it runs. And again, this build is absolutely godly and running bounties. So pretty much just wait, get your stacks up, wait for the 13 stacks, you have plenty of time, then just hold the button. So as you can see, I'm literally just walking. And because it has to be cycle, it's really good. Again, this is the genus that we need to play for the Primal Ancients.
The gods strike through me.
You don't need again, I mean like, yeah, it's a little slow with Primal Ancients, but the ancient weapon I have is not really good. In fact, my base one, I'm not sure it might have been better because it had a lot higher of the damage. But I took the crit. And I think this one actually has skill speed as well. Did it come with skill speed? Yeah, it came with attack speed. So it's not necessary to have the ancients. You can find that literally the items are legendary. A little bit more enough. Maybe not as fast. Maybe it'll lead you up to defensive build, which I will show after this. But still, still pylon. No, that's not even necessary. Now, one thing about this build, speed pylons are your enemy. They can literally drain your. They're the only thing that can drain my spirit. So one reason I really don't want to play their pylons is because I have to be very careful. And actually, right now, I'm not even. Oh, I didn't know. I actually didn't Look at that. It's like, again, this is a Grift 70. Look at everything's going on. This, I think, easily surpasses
Feel the wrath of Yitan!
Oops. I almost from there. I came from there. My bad. And then, of course, my speed build, I also have my dash gives me a speed buff as well. A speed boost as well. Allow me to upgrade the speed boost because it's definitely too good.
Brave beneath the endless tide.
Channeling needs gold. Because we channel, you can channel all that switch. And we got that. Alright, here's the Rip Guardian. Look there. So, I cleared it with 11 minutes and 50 seconds left. I think that's in like 4 minutes and 10 seconds if I'm correct. So, now you know just how fast this can run. Again, this does have a few ancients. If you don't have them, it's probably not going to run as quick.
And like
but no, it won't be an issue.
If you have a gem, hello. You have a gem?
Let's see, we're getting I think you are the one open. Okay, let's get you up. Alright, well we got the 6, not bad.
I am returning
So
to
I'll
town.
go over the passive skills on this, and then I'll show the defensive build. I have to make sure I save this one, because I don't know if I can save one. Sweet look. Save. Save. Alright. So, let's go over the defensive build. And then I'll take the defensive build into our Grift 95, so you can kind of see more of how it's going to work at high levels. Yeah, nothing good here. Alright, so the passives for this build are Transcendence. This is to just give you a crap ton of life, because pretty much every point of spirit you spend heals you for 0.4 of your health globes. Heals you for 129 life. I mean, that's might not seem like a lot, but this right here costs 30 spirit. And when it activates it, it's also activating the 50 spirit from this, so it's 80 spirit. So that's 429 times 80 for every time you use it. So it's quite a bit of healing. Near Death Experience, this is in case you hit something that would kill you, it keeps you up. The Guardian's Path, this is just increased dodge chance. Again, not really necessary at this level for me, but I use it. And then Momentum is just for a damage increase. So that's what that's for.
Your trial.
Now for the defensive build, all you're going to want to change for the defensive build is, I mean, you could technically, I don't think I put the power in here yet, did I? I think I've had, I keep forgetting to put the power in. Oh, I did it, okay. So if you really want, and you want the extra damage mitigation, and you're willing to sacrifice the damage done, you can take the Aqua Coliss. That's going to give you 50% more damage taken. So it might be necessary if you want more of a damage reduction. You're going to want to change this to Agility for block chance. You're going to want to change this for Blinding Speed, or again, dodge chance. And then that's pretty much it. So as you'll see, if you look at my dodge chance, it's at 57%. And then whenever I dodge this, it goes up to 74.6. So in short, what you do is when this is on cooldown, you're switching between these two moves. Usually you want to dash a little bit before, you want to dash just a little bit before this comes off cooldown, so hopefully you get this off cooldown before that does, because you don't want this to be taking the cooldown reduction that this needs. And this doesn't actually have a cooldown. Those can usually keep you up pretty well, so there's not, I mean, again, if you really wanted, you could probably change this if you're okay with it and take maybe the Flavor of Time or something else if you want, but I really want to keep this. You could take the Unity. Again, the Unity could be for damage reduction, so that you can again reduce the damage by another 50%, but I haven't found it really necessary. So we're going to go in here, and I'm going to demonstrate what a Grift 95 is at this level, so that you can see that, again, you gotta remember, I'm only running that's ancient, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces are ancient. This is not a good rolled ancients. That's okay, it's not as best as it could be. It's okay, so it's not bad. That's not that good because of the dex. That one's amazing. That one's amazing. That one I need to re-roll, but it'll be really good when I get a better stat on that area. And then of course, you know, that one's okay. Except the dex is really bad. So it's not like I have this amazing class. There are literally no Primal Ancients on this, and as you will see, it'll run pretty well. We're not going to power you to save money. So we're going to get going. Stacks up.
Self-worth, your birthright.
Okay. Again, up. I'm running a little bit more mitigation at this point in time.
That ability is not yet recharged.
Okay, got them back up. heals up. Now again, you don't actually have to hit the temperature to get the build, so... Don't I have the kill press? I do. So I would not suggest using the kill press like I thought it would. Maybe if you run the kill caress, you need to run the increased spirit with the increased spirit regeneration. So far, not.
Your strength fails.
So I would probably keep that 25% or 25%, which is 50%. If you run under what you need to, it's going to be a problem. Plus, you do that for example, whenever I do that, then I'm going to lose it for the speed. So I really make sure that resistance is right to get
the storm breaks.
So you might actually get a bit more damage reduction. I just use
a vicious strike.
I really think there's a moldability in those cases we want to get a pylon. I can pop that and get this shield pylon better. And then of course, as you saw, I would have died there, but that ability kept me alive.
The storm breaks.
I mean, honestly, it's not too bad. It's not too hard. It is a challenge. It's not fun, but at the same time, it's not. I'm trying to kill 5 points. Maybe on the +7, which I have done. So if you want to really kill Caress, you can. Again, mantra, so you really want something to help mitigate that. Take a move, honestly, we'll try to use really fast. And then just hit my motivation. Alright. Now what thing you can also do is when you don't need the dodge, you can remove that. See, you got something that does right by yourself. I'm getting that nice clip there. Apparently you didn't get it. There you go, look at that.
Strength fails.
And every time you pop your invulnerability, because of the healing of that one passive I use, it does allow me to pretty much use it as a heal. So that 4 seconds, that was a lot. 4 seconds was a lot.
Your flaws are revealed.
Something was like, if I get these skills off, if I give it 10 off, it's 400 spirit. If I'm using 100 spirit, that's 40,000. 40,000 is almost a tenth of my life. You really have to use it. And it's about 80 but I'm getting probably faster. Sure that it's about 40 of my life. Probably, honestly, looks like
I must wait to use that ability.
Oh, crap. Now that's the best thing too. With this one, you can go back to the checkpoint, which I do suggest doing.
Not enough spirit.
Mostly because your spirit's got to rebuild. And you have this increased movement speed, so there's no reason not to. Now that I got a skirt, I can use this to help it regenerate. It will regenerate as you use this. While it doesn't, while it's not looking like it's regenerating too fast, it is actually regenerating. Again, because I'm using the Killer Caress and not the Channeling Shoulders, I don't get that extra 25% mitigation, which would have been better. So just, now we know that. That. Look at that, look how fast I'm getting. This is just from using my ability. So I can kind of get that. And it's off. Again,
Restore. I need healing.
Poison is not rainbow, poison sucks. I mean, like, I'm not at all worried about this. I got more than enough time, but I got a lot of time here.
I must wait longer.
See, my phone's already off. I'm running back to full health. These are my way. Cooldowns off. So this is like it's just a really fast. Cooldowns off,
This fight is over.
So that's like healing. That is a speed is I'm actually going to avoid it.
Feel the wrath of Yitan.
There you go.
The Rift Guardian is here.
There we go. So I had one death from that, and I had 6 minutes left. Again, this is not highly set up yet. I don't have a bunch of amazing gear on it. You've seen my gear. Now you can see just how well this can run. So, I mean, I hope this video helped you guys. Any of you guys who are really looking for a, you know, how to get that clear out of the way. It's really helpful. If you were lucky enough to get the clear, but you still find it really difficult, it's not easy for you, and you want to get your, you know, gems up, this also works really well to get your gems up. It works really, really well for leveling, as you can see.
I need to go back.
So it's just, honestly, it's my suggestion for what to run, if you want to get easy clear. All the class requires, and this is what makes it so great, switch it back over, don't forget. All the class requires you to do is pretty much hold shift and your main attack. That's all it requires. And then, of course, when you're going for more of the defensive one, correctly using your abilities. So just, you know, using Serenity, even when Serenity is on cooldown, using, you know, your mantra of agility, mantra of salvation, and using your dashing strike to upkeep your other defenses. You can change this, you can, you know, add extra spirit if you want. You can get the extra non-physical damage, the extra resist all. I mean, there's so many options for you to take. But of course, the main one you need is, you definitely want this, and I highly suggest this. And I do suggest this. I would think the only one you might change is this one if you really want to. I like it. I like my feeling.
Your skill has
My strides grow longer.
Anyways, I hope this video helped you. I hope this video, if for those of you who are unable to clear the Grift 70, or you're new to the game, maybe just got it on the Switch, or you got it on PS4 or Xbox One, this gear should be out for you, I would assume. I hope it helps you, and I hope that, you know, this video's helped you. If it has, please like, share, and subscribe. And again, it's so much better to clear if you're on a console. It's way more enjoyable to clear content with actual gear than with the hacked gear. So I hope this helps you guys play legitimately, and if you guys are on PC, I hope you get that clear you want to clear. Seasonals come, it's going to be a good way to get your seasonal clear for that. This is Siegfried Chilane, signing out, and I will see you guys later.